Moala's injury. Just a gruesome injury as his leg got trapped under Tyler Brayton, another pass rusher, and you can see how emotional the Indianapolis guys are. If you're squeamish, don't look at this one, folks. This is trapped underneath. His foot gets turned sideways. His leg gets trapped under there right away. And immediately, players from both sides were calling over to the Indianapolis sideline for the medical personnel to come out.
And Bill Polian, Jim Caldwell, they have to wonder just how much can we take from an injury standpoint. Already missing your two defensive captains, Melvin Bullitt, Gary Brackett, both put on IR. Peyton Manning, and now Foster.
Just feel snake bitten, as a team. You just feel, what do you have to do?
You see members of the Buccaneers medical staff out there as well, trying to be able to do as much as they can for the Colts medical staff to get Foster beyond X-ray to the hospital and check out whatever they can for the player. There's Jim Caldwell, the head coach, out there to look at Foster, who's a two-time captain at Rutgers. Remember when the Colts were having all their problems with healthy defensive linemen. Foster came in and played as a rookie in 2008 and started 11 games in that rookie season, played a couple of years after that. So he's been with Freeney, Mathis, and the other guys on this defensive group for quite some time, and obviously the offensive guys as well. And that is a rare bit of emotion that you see from players here after something like that happens, especially Brayton, who was the player who was over there and Foster got trapped under.
Oh, these guys have so much invested in their professions. They've worked so hard. Eric Foster in particular made it the hard way up, made it into the rotation, into the lineup.
Yeah.
And when you're one of his teammates, you know that. And you just can't bear to see all that progress come to a screeching halt with an injury like that.
Yes.
Hey, John, I forget where we were last week or 2 weeks ago. We were talking with someone about, situations like this, and it's an injured player, it's IR, the guy's out for the year, and you just kind of move on to the next player, but you forget the individual, and you said just all the hours a guy puts in. That's why you see punters and offensive players and players from the Buccaneers. We often use the cliche of the fraternity of the league, and it is
next man up, the next starter, but there's a personal side to it.
Yeah, it is one league of players who are understand what happens when things like this happen, especially something like that.
You have to think about the personal investment that all these players put into this. They make the football team, they get in the game, they realize they're green, and you never know in this game, as you well know, Ron. You just hope it's not more serious than it looks.
Well, you saw all the players from both sides react, and every time you see that, and players from both sides waving over to the sideline, you just remember what happened to our former colleague Joe Theismann on a Monday night when Lawrence Taylor snapped his leg. And you see Foster there.
And then you have to get back to the game, Mike. If you're an Indianapolis Colt, you have to regroup somehow, some way. They need to make a call, and they need to figure out how to get off the field. But this takes the life and breath out of you.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's leadership there. However, the one thing that stands out, the NFL has done a terrific job in immediate response to these injuries, and doctors, medical staffs on the sideline. Eric Foster,
So you have to